Claire Foy, the acclaimed actress best known for her portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II in the early seasons of the Netflix series, The Crown, has opened up about a deeply personal and challenging health ordeal that spanned more than half a decade. In a candid revelation, she shared that she had been unknowingly hosting parasites in her body for over 5 years, a condition that wreaked havoc on her physical well-being and daily life. This disclosure sheds light on the often overlooked struggles that even public figures face behind the scenes, reminding us that health issues can affect anyone regardless of fame or fortune. The story begins with Foy suspecting that the origin of her parasitic infection traced back to a trip to Morocco, a vibrant North African country known for its rich culture, bustling markets, and diverse cuisine. It's in such exotic locales that travelers sometimes encounter health risks, including exposure to contaminated water or food, which can lead to parasitic infestations. Parasites, those insidious organisms that live off a host's resources, can enter the human body through various means, often without immediate symptoms, allowing them to thrive undetected for extended periods. Foy's experience with these unwelcome intruders was particularly insidious because the symptoms manifested in ways that could easily be dismissed or attributed to other causes. She described a persistent and puzzling weight loss that occurred despite her maintaining a hearty appetite and consuming ample food. Imagine feeling ravenously hungry all the time, indulging in meals without restraint, yet watching the numbers on the scale drop inexplicably. This contradiction is a classic hallmark of certain parasitic infections, where the parasites siphon nutrients from the host, leading to malnutrition-like effects even in the presence of sufficient caloric intake. The human body, in its complexity, tries to compensate by signaling increased hunger, but the underlying issue remains unresolved until properly diagnosed. For Foy, this went on for years, likely causing frustration, concern, and perhaps even moments of self-doubt as she navigated her demanding career in the spotlight. Acting requires immense physical and emotional stamina, and dealing with such a draining condition must have tested her resilience to its limits. It wasn't until after at least 5 years of enduring these symptoms that medical professionals finally pinpointed the problem. The delay in diagnosis highlights a common challenge in healthcare. Parasitic infections can be elusive, mimicking other ailments like gastrointestinal disorders, allergies, or even stress-related issues. Diagnostic processes often involve stool samples, blood tests, or imaging, but sometimes it takes multiple consultations and persistent advocacy from the patient to uncover the truth. In Foy's case, the revelation came as both a relief and a shock. Relief in knowing the cause and shock at the duration of the infestation. Interestingly, she noted that these parasites travel in pairs, a detail that adds a layer of intrigue to her story. Many parasites, such as certain types of worms or protozoa, do indeed reproduce or exist in multiples, forming pairs or colonies within the host. This pairing could refer to specific species like tapeworms, which can segment and multiply, or perhaps flukes that often come in male-female pairs for reproduction. While Foy didn't specify the exact type, this aspect underscores the biological sophistication of these organisms, evolved to maximize their survival at the expense of the host. Once diagnosed, the path to recovery was not straightforward. Foy opted for a holistic approach rather than immediately resorting to aggressive pharmaceutical interventions like hardcore antibiotics, which can sometimes disrupt the body's natural microbiome or lead to antibiotic resistance. Instead, she embraced a strict dietary regimen designed to starve the parasites and support her body's natural defenses. Dietary changes are a cornerstone of treating many parasitic infections, as certain foods can either nourish the parasites or create an inhospitable environment for them. For instance, reducing sugars and refined carbohydrates, which parasites thrive on, and increasing intake of antiparasitic foods like garlic, pumpkin seeds, or papaya can be effective. Foy's commitment to this diet reflects a mindful approach to health, prioritizing long-term wellness over quick fixes. This choice also speaks to a growing trend in healthcare where patients seek integrative methods that combine conventional medicine with lifestyle adjustments. A particularly challenging aspect of her treatment involved giving up caffeine, a substance many people rely on for energy and focus. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and even chocolate, acts as a stimulant that can exacerbate certain health conditions by stressing the adrenal glands or interfering with nutrient absorption. In the context of parasitic infections, eliminating caffeine might help reduce inflammation or improve gut health, allowing the body to heal more effectively. For Foy, this was no small sacrifice. She confessed to being a heavy tea drinker in the past, consuming at least 15 cups a day, a habit deeply ingrained in British culture where tea is more than a beverage. It's a ritual, a comfort, and a social connector. The sheer volume of her intake suggests it was a significant part of her routine, perhaps fueling long shooting days or helping her unwind after intense performances. Giving it up must have felt like severing a lifeline, especially during a time when her body was already under duress from the parasites. Yet, Foy approached this change with determination, describing it as a mission to abandon caffeine. The word mission implies a sense of purpose and resolve, turning what could be a burdensome restriction into an empowering challenge. She decided to try this caffeine-free lifestyle, indicating an experimental mindset rather than a rigid ultimatum. This flexibility is key in sustainable health changes. Starting with intention and allowing room for adjustment can lead to lasting success. Since overcoming the parasites, Foy has maintained her caffeine abstinence, suggesting that the benefits, perhaps increased energy stability, better sleep, or improved overall vitality, outweighed the initial difficulties. Her story serves as an inspiration for others facing similar health battles, illustrating that with perseverance and informed choices, recovery is possible.